What's up everybody, my name is Taylor and I'm here on behalf of ILIO, and today we're going to look at the All Metal Gears expansion pack for the THU plugin. It says there's 4 different amp models designed for different metal styles and they are all high gain beasts, 2 different cabinets, 8 IRs. I'm going to go over this a little bit more once we start dialing in the amplifiers, but the IRs are actually included in the amplifiers on 2 of the different amp models. Here's the different amps we have. We have the GMM 100 or the German Metal Machine, the ENG 100. There's the Modern Metal Beast, the EPI 100, just a lot of metal going on here. I'm really excited. Let's get to dialing in some tones. I have the THU standalone plugin opened up here. Let's go ahead and load up this first amplifier. This is the ENG 100 and this is what it sounds like stock. Sounds pretty awesome right away. We don't really have to do much to this to get a great metal tone out of it. And that's just what it sounds like with all of the controls at noon. And one of the really cool things about this particular amp is that you actually have a cab sim built into it. So if you look over here on the right, we have 8 different cab sims that we can choose from. What's really nice about that and what I appreciate about it is you don't have to load up a separate IR loading module or cabinet simulation and mess with the parameters on that. It is all just set and ready to go. So that is with cab sim 1. Let's just go through these cab sims real quick. Here's 2. 3. And here's the last one. I think the included cab sims sound excellent and you can really get a lot done with just this amplifier, but there's more. I mean, I haven't even touched the tone stack yet. I really like this cab sim 4. Let's dial this here a little bit. Maybe something like that. Sounds really, really mean. As is, this thing sounds like a raging dragon. It sounds really, really good on its own, but there's more to go over here. So let's take this out of our signal chain there and let's add in the EPI 100. So we have the same thing going on here where we have the cab sim section included. You don't have to have an extra cabinet or IR loader. It is all included in just this one amplifier. So right away I'm noticing the ENG 100 sounds a little bit more modern and this one sounds a little bit crunchier. Let's dial this in here a bit. I really like cabinet 6 with this amplifier. And to me, this kind of sounds like the type of amplifier I would boost, so I'm going to turn this gain down here a little bit. Now we do have this built-in HF drive knob, which will make the sound a little bit more aggressive and give us some extra sustain. So here, let me just crank that up and show you. So it's almost like we have a built-in boost here, but I'm gonna leave that at noon, and I'm just gonna load up one of my favorite overdrives that comes with the THU plugin, and that is the Tube 9. We're gonna turn the drive all the way down, the level all the way up. We're gonna turn the tone about there. Man, I really like these new amplifiers. They sound great. They're just full of metal goodness. And if that wasn't enough, there's still 2 more amplifiers and some effects and cabinets to go through here. So next we're gonna load up the German GMM 100. And right away I am prompted to load the matching 4x12 German machine cabinet. And we're gonna say yes, please. I would like to load up that cabinet. Now this head does not have the included cab sim section on the actual amplifier itself. That's why I loaded up the matching 4x12 cabinet here. And I'm just gonna preemptively swap this microphone out for a 57. I just know that I tend to like this microphone more. This cabinet has all of the same settings that you would find on any other cabinet in the THU plugin. I'm not gonna go over the cabinet settings here too much. Let's listen to the amplifier. Dial in the amplifier here a little bit. I'm going to turn this HF drive, which I'm just thinking of as a boost pretty much. I'm gonna turn that up. I'm gonna turn this gain down a little bit. I want some more low end. Maybe turn up those mids a little bit. Turn up the treble, knock back that presence a bit. Let's hear what that sounds like. This amplifier sounds really good too. Again, this is probably something I would boost. Let's just turn that HF drive all the way up. Gain up a little bit. Not bad. This combo of amplifier and cabinet sounds really, really good. And I think you have quite a bit of versatility here. Like I can dial back this bass and I could kick up that presence in the high end a little bit. I like this amplifier. It's a good one. Let's put these guys in the little trash can down here. And let's load up the last amplifier here, which is the Modern Metal Beast. And again, we will load up the 4x12 cabinet. This is what it sounds like just when you load it up. Again, let's go into the cabinet section here. Let's swap this out for a 57. We're gonna go over to the amplifier here, and there's quite a bit of low end on this one. I'm gonna turn the low end down, and I'm gonna bump the mids and the treble and the presence. This one sounds really good too. Let's crank up that HF drive a little bit and pull this gain back ever so slightly. I like this one a lot too. It's definitely living up to its namesake as a modern metal beast. Now let's check out some of the effects that are included with the all metal gears. The first one we have is the Space Machine. So if you go in the other category, that is where the Space Machine is. We're gonna throw this at the very end of our signal chain here. Now what the Space Machine pedal does is it's gonna take our signal and split it into a left and a right channel, and it will allow us to introduce some latency or delay into one of those channels to thicken up the sound. This is really useful if you have a single guitar track that you are trying to make a little bit fatter. Here, let's put the space at about 12 milliseconds. We'll leave the width there and I'll show you what it does. We can get a little bit extreme with it and turn the space way up and just max out the width as well. I like keeping that space knob below the halfway point, and we'll put the width at like 120%. And I think that does a good job of thickening up the sound without going overboard, but of course, dial into your own preference. Here's with it off. Okay, so the next thing we're going to look at here is going to be under reverb, and this is the atmosphere pedal. And the atmosphere pedal is essentially a reverb, but it's a reverb with a lot of character. I'm going to set the time there and the color there. We're going to leave the mix in the middle, and there's a mono and stereo switch on the bottom. We're going to leave that in stereo. Let's listen to what that sounds like. We can turn this time down quite a bit too, and turn the mix down a little bit if we don't want so much of a dramatic effect. Still, even with the time way down, it is just a really thick atmospheric reverb here. Let's add the Space Machine pedal into that and give it a little bit more stereo width. And that adds a really cool effect, just making it a bit wider sounding. Let's bypass both of these for now, and we're gonna load up the other effect that is included with this expansion pack. And it is going to be under compressor, and it is this multiband compressor. And I like to put this after the cabinet. You can put this in between the head and the cabinet and get a little bit of a different result, but I like adding it after the cabinet personally. Now, like I said before with this amplifier, it does have quite a bit of low end, and you can tame that just by turning the bass knob down. But if we really like having that low end, and I mean, that's part of our guitar tone, that might not be desirable to turn down the bass knob. So what you can do is you can use a multiband compressor to get that bass under control without actually removing it from your guitar tone. So I'm gonna set this crossover here a bit lower. I'm gonna set that to about 190, and I'm gonna move this threshold knob until I see this meter moving to about the halfway point. That's about where I like it there. And I'm gonna leave the level just at 0. I'm not trying to add more bass into the signal. I'm just trying to get the existing bass under control. So let's bypass the pedal and then re-engage it, and you can hear what it sounds like A-B. And you can hear what that's doing is just getting that low end under control. A lot of times when you're mixing metal guitars with a lot of palm mutes and chugs, that low end can really swell during those palm mutes, and it can make it really hard to get the volume correct on the guitars. So if you introduce a multi-band compressor like this and just clamp down on that low end, you can really get those chugs under control. And Another thing that's kind of cool that I like to do with the multiband compressor sometime is, let's go over to the crossover here on the treble side, and we'll put that at about 1.8 kilohertz. And then we're going to drop this threshold down just until the meter starts moving. And then we're going to turn this level up just a little bit, maybe about 2.5 decibels. And what that's doing is that's just getting the dynamics in the top end under control, so we don't have any peaking or anything like that going on, but allowing us to clamp down on that a little bit, but then bring the overall EQ in the top end up. The multiband compressor is a really, really excellent tool for mixing metal guitars, and I'm really glad that they included it in this expansion. All right, I hope you guys have found this video helpful. If you're a metal guy like me, then I cannot recommend this expansion enough. I think there are a lot of really awesome tools and really awesome amplifiers and tones for metal guitar players included in it. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Let us know what kind of content you would like to see with the THU plugin, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.